Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the home stretch. Game of Thrones Season 8. This isn't supposed to be a review so much as just kind of like my thoughts on the first episode of Season 8. Spoilers. Definitely spoilers. I'm going to talk in great detail about the episode, so if you haven't seen it, shut this off, watch the episode, then come back. It's not a review because it's Game of Thrones. I love it. I mean, they're going to have to really screw it up for me to absolutely hate Season 8. And even then, I'll still probably go back and watch the show. I'll just skip the last couple episodes. But at any rate, reunions. So many reunions in this episode. So much dread, you know? It's like every time you watch Game of Thrones, it's like you're excited, but you're like, oh man, who is going to die who I love, you know? And I have to say, some people were saying that this was like an uneventful first episode. It's like, listen, man, we've been out of the Game of Thrones for a little bit now. And, you know, it's like, we need a little bit of a lube, you know what I'm saying? Before they come in there and, with something, we need to ease back into it. We need to get back into the zone. And I'm sure that there's going to be several huge deaths in episode 2. I'm positive of it. But I was really happy that this first episode they kind of took it a little easy. It's not to say that there weren't any deaths. There were just no major deaths. So many reunions. You got Tyrion meeting back up with Sansa, you know, and I was happy to see that there was sort of even though like it was a really dark point in time for both of them, let's put it this way, they at least respect one another, because I mean Tyrion was really the only Lannister who showed her the most remote bit of compassion. He was really the only person, in the darkest part of her life after her father died, who actually gave her any sympathy whatsoever. And basically told her, like, look, I don't want this any more than you do, kind of a thing. So seeing them together and seeing that they didn't, you know, she didn't like, cut his head off, you know, it was nice. Arya and the Hound. I'm sorry, I love the Hound. I love that character. He's amazing. I understand that he's a dirty bastard, but like, he's just such a complicated character. And that's what's great about Game of Thrones. Every once in a while you get your Ramsays, your Ramsays and your Joffrey, just like, you know, that son of a bitch needs to die. But overall, like, the characters, even the ones you tend not to like, they have slightly redeeming moments. And even ones that you really like, they've done messed up things. So, you know, the Hound basically almost kind of laughing at Arya, leaving him for dead. Basically saying, like, yeah, you're a cold-hearted bitch. It's probably why you're still alive. And then he just walks out, and it's like, that's great. I hope she stops trying to kill him. I'm happy to see that Tormund is still alive. I swear I thought he was toast. Or an icicle. I don't even know. The dragon melted the wall with ice at the end of Season 7. There's an ice dragon. We didn't see the ice dragon. I mean, I'm kind of thankful for that because I kind of feel like the ice dragon is going to kill at least one of the other dragons. You got the gross shit with Jon Snow and Daenerys. And, you know, they ride dragons together. And that was kind of, you know, I mean, she should be kind of getting the hint maybe by now that he's a Targaryen, you know, and he finds out from Sam. And oh my God, Sam, that scene when he finds out about his father and his brother and just seeing the difference in his reactions when she says that she killed his father. I mean, it hurts, you could tell, but he's sort of like, well, I mean, at least I guess I'll be welcome back at home now. And then she's sort of like, and we killed your brother. And then you just see the, like, just like the knife in the heart. Because let's be real, his brother was an honorable man. His dad was a piece of shit, but his brother was an honorable man who stood by his father. And they both got torched by a dragon. So, I mean, it's just like a complete conflict of interest. There's so many things that could happen with that whole thing. I don't think that Daenerys is going to give up power to Jon Snow. I don't think she's going to believe him if he says he's a Targaryen. And that's if he tells her. I mean, let's put it this way. I don't think he's going to perpetuate the romance knowing that she's his, like, aunt or whatever. I don't know. I truthfully don't know. And that is what makes this show so amazing. I can't even give you a wild guess as to who's going to wind up sitting on the Iron Throne. For all I know, the White Walkers may just kill everybody. Like, who is to say? This show is completely unpredictable. I'm sure there's a good reunion or two that I'm missing out on in this episode, but it's sort of like, you know, the lines are kind of starting to fall into place, and we know that Cersei is planning to kind of dick them all over and stuff instead of working together. Jaime is now in the North, and how's that going to go down? Honestly, I think he might even kill Cersei. I don't know. He might die before they get a chance to do that. This show goes through characters like tissue paper. I can honestly tell you that nobody is safe. Like, I do not, in my heart of hearts, believe that any character is off the chopping block right now. Like, there's going to be so much brutality, so much death. It's just like a great medieval, violent show. It's so captivating. The cinematography, the overall production value is frankly better than most movies. And the fact that it is a show that they are able to kind of like unfold all these things, and there are all these really complex circumstances that sort of clash, and characters that you like, you can totally understand why they want to kill each other. It's so like life, and that's what makes the show absolutely great. I really hope that they don't drop the ball this season, but first episode, pretty solid. I didn't find it underwhelming at all. I'm really happy that they kind of eased us into it, that they didn't do anything major. I cannot wait for the next 5 episodes. Dude, 5 episodes. There is going to be so much bloodshed. It's ridiculous. And I'm pretty stoked about it. It's just my thoughts on episode 1. Nothing special, nothing anybody's probably hasn't heard. But those are my thoughts. All right, guys, that's all she wrote.